Okay, for this tutorial we're going to make a CSS document, but we're going to use an internal CSS code instead of an external CSS code. This would be the most basic form of CSS that you could do into a page, just to give you a little greater control over your HTML. First, let's go ahead and open up a Notepad document. Now, you could use a fancy editor. I like to use Notepad for this stuff because, well, that's all you really need. You might use Dreamweaver or something of that nature, but you don't have to have anything that high end to do it. Let's start by creating our HTML tag. And let's end our HTML tag. And in the middle here, let's do our heading tag. I just like to always start with the basics of our HTML. I'm going to end the head tag. And then let's start with a body tag. And then, of course, let's end our body tag. Now, the reason I do all that stuff in order is because now I have the key elements of my HTML page, and I can insert things where I want to, and I just kind of leave some spaces, and it's a good way to be organized. If I end my body tag now, then I'm all set for later. I won't be like, oh, why isn't it working? Oh, because I forgot to end my body tag. No, it'll be there. Okay, underneath body, let's just create a paragraph that says this is some text I would like to change with CSS. Period. And I'm going to end my paragraph. Alright. Now I want to create a style in CSS for this, basically that affects this line of text. I might add that if I were to save this, I'm going to go ahead and do a save as real quick, and I'm just going to save it to the desktop as sample.html, and I'm going to open it real quick with Internet Explorer. Oh, that's too big. Hold on one second. This is kind of what the page is going to look like. So this is before we have converted our CSS text. So that one line made this. Okay, basic HTML stuff shouldn't be that difficult. We're going to start by using the style tag, and we're going to say that the type of the style is text/CSS. This is really just telling the computer that anything that exists in this style tag is going to be text and CSS code, and that tells the browser what to do with the information. Now, we use the p tag around this text, and if we use the p tag by just putting p here in our CSS style, we're telling it that anything that exists within the p tag needs to be changed. So in this case, I'm going to start my CSS coding by doing a bracket, and then I'm going to say font-size, and I'm going to use the colon. I'm going to say it's going to be 100 pixels, 100 px, and then I'm going to use the semicolon to end that command. And then I could add another command after that of, say, color red. And then I could use the semicolon to end it again. And this is really the format, guys. You're going to have a what code am I affecting? So it could be a body tag, the p tag, and we'll get into div boxes and other things later. And then it's going to be bracket. Then it's going to be a command. So font size. And then it's going to be a colon that's going to be the property. That's going to say the property is now 100 pixels. This is the command, that's the property. Then you're going to end every command with the semicolon to tell it you're all done. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and, oh, one last thing I got to do. I got to end my style. Got to watch that. You got to always end your tags. If you don't end a tag, it's doomsday for you. And we're going to go ahead and save that. And let's open back up that sample and let's refresh it. And now you'll see that we have actually controlled the size and type of our text using the CSS command. So rather than using HTML commands that would do this, we use CSS. And although this may seem more difficult, in the future, as we get into complex websites, you're going to love this because you're going to be able to create websites that are great, they're consistent throughout, and they're going to be really, really well done. So hopefully this helps you a little bit. And in my next section, we're going to be talking about external CSS sheets, and then from there we're going to get into div boxes and some fancier stuff. So keep staying tuned. If you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure you go to mrcross.org.